being key for some of our teams, of course, floating on in. For others, it's about walking out of the fires. And, well, immediately, it's going to be about this contest. Stronghold is in a circle.
They're
and
getting in there.
Lay claim to the same building.
EXO's kind of been running down here. They've been running Stronghold.
Share of the kills on the hunt for Bray, who's just going to turn tail, try and find a safe space, hope and pray that his teammates get back in on time. Of course, the window relatively short at this period, so should be fine. But well, I think you can kiss Stronghold.
You think Falcons are watching this, loving it right now?
Not too far away from the young man Bray there. Could have gone in on. Maybe got that full team wipe if he wanted to. Living quarters. This is a new POI that we're starting to see some action at here, Enigma. I feel like this POI was mainly left alone, mainly uncontested for most of our group stages. Some of our teams finally realizing maybe with Falcons
okay, those are some good shots
lobby,
with the C9.
this does open up the map just a little bit. We see Kazu get taken on out, playing on top of that gun. And well, Vidati, maybe you can slide on out, make Vale pay for that trade. It's just not going to be enough. So you got boots on the ground if you are VKA. You've staved
Falcons
off
playing?
this
No,
push
Falcons aren't playing today.
From your opponents ahead of you, 9Z. Maybe you can go ahead and back on up.
They're
9Z,
too nasty.
definitely need a good game here. Only 7 kills, 9.8 points total. You're going to need more than that if you want to try and make it to that top 7.
Yeah, I mean, 9Z, they come into this tournament, of course, the underdog, and well...
Hey, nice little win out of Vale.
If you are Vale, up close and personal.
This is 9Z, they've been struggling as well.
And the thing is here, like, of course, they come in as underdogs, but they did talk to us in the player lounge, and they said that they had a couple of plans for LCQ, so let's start to see them if you're going to make that happen. Zoo on the board for the team will feel pretty good as you lay claim to the living quarters, quite frankly, as your own for now. You are going to have an inner circle quite close, but you're going to feel you've done enough here to loot up a little bit.
2 more kills? Yeah, I mean, they're going to need a lot more than that.
And I think that's
really it's the placing. They just got to make it far into the game.
That squad, get that money up. You have that buy that you can really use to your advantage. AG Global, they have a buy down at Grandma's if they can manage to get it, but unfortunately for them, EVOS.
We haven't seen POV one time this
than
game.
they would like. See Showstopper down here, just maybe trying to get an eye onto Scummin, who is looking up towards the top, has a realization that, okay, Jobad's in the tower. Is there any way I can get some damage on in so my other 2 teammates might be able to help on out? But
okay, that wall is paper. What the fuck?
Unfortunately for Showstopper, he's not entirely aware that maybe
this
little bit of a wall is a wall bangable. But thankfully, your other 2 teammates, they're going to go ahead, back you on
okay,
up,
Thieves getting some kills.
Get Scummin out of there. And while even though, yes, you might lose a player, we are very early on in this game.
Koi's 2 down right now.
Getting Scummin out of that position, very, very crucial.
Yeah, great work there by the EVOS players. Just to swarm back, protect Showstopper, and ensure that your lighthouse is protected. Get Robstar back up in his copy hole, and watch on over as we get this wide shot here. EXO trying to find a way up out of Stronghold that they won earlier on. Now going to make their way into
the fact that's wall bangable is criminal. Yeah, that wall looks like it's not even there, dude. Looks like a thick-ass wall, too.
Top big green here, sniper rifle in hand. And Robstar, he'll open up elsewhere onto Volcom. So it all slows for a moment, a little bit of breath for everybody in our lobby. And just, I say that, we're going to look on over towards Harbor, where we see Kazu find one, get cut down. And
I'm really just watching the kill feed right now. Kills are falling.
This side of the map, pushing on forward, finding that kill is really, really solid. And Scythe on the back half, he's able to bring down Taney as well. So
inner circle wiped
actually maybe potentially get wiped already. We're going to wait to maybe fully confirm that. I'm seeing 13 out of 14.
Dude, they were so close to falling too, and they are getting shit on.
Game number 3 for them. It's a contested Stronghold hot off the drop, and just unfortunately, it's just not able to regain 5 here. It's going to go ahead and stop them.
Okay, there we go. Thieves, find them more.
Already a fantastic day so far. Feeling very, very solid. So starting to move their way up from that.
I don't know, chat. When do you think, like, what game do you think it starts to get
they need a wrap
scary for these guys? They got 8 games.
Going to be shooting from range.
Probably around the halfway mark, right? Game 4.
Free. If you're Prodigy, you got 2 smokes in the backpack. Can definitely invest some of those resources for that wrap if you need to, and I think it might be wise to make that happen.
No, I agree with you.
4 or 5, yeah, I'd probably say 4 or 5 as well. You can have a couple stinkers, but once you get to the 4 or 5.
On that is because we know how important placement is, but to really clarify just how important
you can't afford them anymore.
Is what Rock Esports come into this map.
Especially if you don't have good points.
25 kills is also what EXO Esports come into. They are 8th. So that is the difference between qualifying and not, well and truly in that multiplayer. And I think a lot of our teams are recognizing that, slowing down the pace and trying to find safer rotations.
I'll definitely be curious to look at some of maybe the average placements of some of
This
these
shit's godlike to watch, better than regular Warzone. Yeah, I
agree.
agree. I like watching this more than Dance.
Some of these squads. And well, for Leviathan, it's been a great day for them so far. Currently sitting second on the leaderboard. As Stukex, he will be able to find Scythe. A nice little trade comes on through, and you might try and surge on forward. Can you find Big Man here? He's only the last player alive, 4 or 5 fears, and he's just trying to stay alive. We're still very early on, only second circle. Resurgence going to be ticking. Can you manage to stay alive to get the teammates back
Big Man last up?
I don't see them here on the minimap just yet.
Okay, now they get the respawn.
Fall, and just in time, he has a teammate respawn back on in. So great job, though, from Leviathan to kind of push out into gas, be able to find that. It's a very aggressive play to be making this early on.
Yeah, I'm a fan of it because it gives them complete control, basically, of that stuff inside. They have Harbor all the way down to Factory.
Oh my god, it's a fight. They should win this 2v1.
Late on, 100 Thieves, we know how much work they have to do right now, and a big kill from Blast. We'll come through on
Okay, Blast got 7 right now. They're cooking, they're cooking.
So much better. You could argue they've got more points already than they had in their previous 2 games.
Yeah.
So the start that you needed if you are a fan of the Thieves.
They probably got like, what,
and we will see
13 kills probably as a team right now, somewhere around there.
Stronghold still going to be held here by this XO roster. You're going to have company from the Frenchman in VKA, but they're going to be weakened up. Katsu's getting back in, Azen's in the water, Vidati's just trying to stay alive.
You are full signing this right now if you are
XO has been just
He's on 7 as well.
This is the second game in a row. Mood's got like 7 kills.
They know that, hey, this is free, this is open. And while maybe
it's horrible timing. There's another one for him.
In finals, you can do it to get there, and that's what's most importantly. You swing on up, you find Kazu, and there you go. Looking at 8, fantastic.
Is audio OP in this? Oh yeah,
dude. XO, they will.
Sound cues on Warzone are
qualification. Of course, we
very
still got
loud.
a few maps to go here,
these guys are cranked. Their headsets all the way turned up.
For all of these teams right now, that's what you're fighting for. Walls will find Scump in the feed, the wide shot. Rock Esports start to figure their way across from prison. They will have company from Gamex just off towards their southern side. So it's how you play it from here. And let's find out, my friend, as we jump in with a listen in.
Listen with Rock. Never mind.
What?
All right, Gamex, we saw them win first game under a little pressure here. What's going on?
Well, we're going to be able to bring that
That's
back
all right.
On
good try.
We'll
go back in.
Doing a great job playing towards this
go back in.
prison side.
Yo, Drex. What up, Drex? Thank you for the 10 bomb, Dave. Welcome to the 10 new subs from my man, Big Drex. Fuck yeah, baby.
Kind of come back on here to their familiarity. I think that's the one thing with Rock that I've really enjoyed seeing is that they've made prison really their own identity to be able to have, and they are no strangers to maybe moving out of that POI for a little bit, and then they can come back on in. Leviathan, they can manage to do the same here at Factory. They don't have to fight with Twisted Minds here today, and it seems like they've come back to their home, and they're having some great success with it.
Yeah, they were incredibly successful in European qualifiers.
This might actually be a command pool. Might be perfect for Thieves.
To lose the fight to a team as good as Twisted Mind and have to find some different strategies. But today, they can find home comforts, and they can well and truly put them to their advantage. Jawad is going to be the last of the EVOS Esports roster, tucking at the very top of Factory. That rotation is going to have to come through pretty soon. It's off towards Living Quarters to go Leviathan. You're going to have company there. But we got to look at this.
I mean, look at this, dude. They love it here. They love it. It's their happy ground.
The Frenchman in the water will find a couple of kills. One for Patsuka, one onto Elo Lab. But it's how you get out of here. And there's nothing pretty about this picture if you are a fan of the Gentlemates. As they scramble, they scrape, and they're having to swim backwards, head off towards
unless they get shot from Thieves.
Yeah, I mean, I saw those shots from range and then LC10. I don't know if maybe you just don't have an AR.
Rock versus AG. Are we going to see a little fight here? He throws the leads down.
Maybe some ciphers in hand for XO Esports. We could be seeing a very
LC10 from deep. Well, yeah, in Warzone right now, the AR
able to get out of the water for free.
Water.
Is absolutely wild. Continuing down here at the stronghold because the gentlemen
at the very top of it, so people use the LC10.
A couple of teams playing alongside it.
Makes no sense.
You have that XO Esports
but that's how it is.
They are here, but above them is going to be Fnatic, just trying to maybe claw their way back in to this upper side. It hasn't been a great week for them. This could be the turning point. If they can manage to take down the Gentlemates and also bring it to XO Esports and really control the stronghold side, it could be a huge boon. You got to go through a number of teams to make it happen, though.
Scump falls.
So much action going on there, but now it's
Raiden plays his best COD when the pressure's on. He'll have 10 to 15 the last couple maps.
As well as that 90
I don't know, bro. 10 to 15 is a lot in these lobbies.
Jawad on your screen, trying to set set his team up. You're going to be missing
Speaking of the devil, there he is. Low kill for him.
Means you need to find an early engagement, potentially use that money to rotate off, but I don't know how free that buy is going to be if it does exist out in the open building there, and I'm not actually seeing, oh no, I am seeing it just off towards that bottom left side, so it's trying to make that dive, but 9Z Globin are protecting it, so anyone that wants to make that play, good luck to you, as Elato finds a crack with the sniper rifle, and just trying to watch over, find a couple of freebies. Those teams from prison,
again, it could be perfect for the Thieves if it pulls over towards command.
This Argentinian squad could profit.
Yeah, but
it looks like it might. It's either going to go command or towards the guns.
Come on through. Rated. He's going to be able to find Big Man and
Big Man, 5 fears eliminated.
Agent Global's able to hold this side up towards headquarters. They might be able to look down at all of this side of Living and just kind of start frying if they need to. Because all of these squads stronghold, they have to start making their way on out. You can see already on your screen, some of these teams are starting to move. Fnatic, Gentlemates, basically just going to part ways, start going out. XO, they've already moved up. They've claimed one of these buildings.
Out here at Living.
On the other side, Evos,
there's 5 teams.
As well. So as the zone is starting to
5 teams in green and Living.
So many of these teams just trying to get their ground, make sure that nobody is going to have an opportunity to rotate in for
Let's see where this pulls.
XO laying down
top left
onto Fnatic down
okay,
below.
It pulls to the tents. So yeah, it's tents.
And yeah, they're going to have to go in a completely different
A little bit of
direction.
guns in there. Actually, Gentlemates are in a pretty good spot.
Into the Gentlemates, but it seems like Exian, he's found
oh my god, they're getting absolutely
is there.
dropped. 2 dead.
Knock onto Enkyo. Teammate Patsuka finds Gromlock on the other side. Hollow, the lone man, has to be able to make it happen. But unfortunately for you, Leviathan,
it's a bang out.
Blood in the water.
It's a bang out.
On line, they start pushing on up. Stukex currently sitting on 5, trying to be able to find this, but I think for Leviathan, they realize this might be a little bit too mixy for our liking. Drop the smokes, run away.
Great bit of work there, by the way, from Stukex. Just give Decker the opportunity.
Still though, 11 left, so placement.
Have to rotate through the low ground. There'll be that sole player.
First placement in.
Up towards that top side, but control center still belongs to the Thieves.
Who just got wiped
recently will surely collapse in soon. Squad 4 wiped out of here. Onto H move.
I'm not sure who that was.
10 kills, by the way. XO Esports starting to field themselves. It's a difficult rotation out, though. You've got to decide who you want to fight, who's going to try and hold you. Showstop will find a bit of blood, but that will be Evos. Evos, yes, wiped
Eve's
off the
still
board.
finding kills.
Very quickly.
Another team gone.
They're starting to try and collapse in up against 9Z. Goodbye. Going to try and shoot some bullets into the back. LC10 will not
top 5. This is a good game for
you
Thieves. Great game. They needed this so bad. Okay, top 5's in.
Gentlemates, wipe. Fnatic, wipe. You can see already. XO, they're moving on.
It might be all
Look
Thieves.
who is maybe in their way. 100 Thieves looming on the other side, and it looks like AG Global have come down from their top
this should be all Thieves. It's a solo, a duo, one's not.
If that is possible. No, that's actually Rock Esports.
3v2v1, yeah, Thieves, baby. And they get the pull. Yup. Here we go.
Final member of AG Global taking on out. Look where this zone is starting to pull here, Enigma. It's on the high ground.
If Thieves lose this, I'll be shocked.
The top, and I think 100
they got
Thieves
headies.
maybe have a little bit of a learning from yesterday when they lost that game against VP. They want to hold this high ground when it comes down to this final zone.
Big kill.
Will be knocked. Skullface up over the top. You're also gonna
he's gonna wait for the kill.
In behind, who finds the final blow.
Wait,
so
he didn't wait for it.
1v1. You will see HP put up a little bit of a fight, but 12 kills in the feed. It will be the end.
Where's
of
the last player? He's resin.
100 Thieves.
Thieves with a big time win. They needed that so bad. That was actually a huge game. They probably just got a little 30 ball right there.
Didn't see much action towards that middle portion.